Now, first of all, you guys saw the move on Verstappen. It was absolutely beautiful. Now we're going after Pierre Gasly. And if you guys were also still a keen-eyed view, you guys would have seen that Kvyat went onto a set of hard tires. Now here we go, up the inside of Gasly. Beautiful move there. We push him a little bit to the outside. Vettel is napping. We go. Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. And guys, I realized for the second episode in a row now, I forgot to fade the music for my intro. So if you have actually realized that, I am sorry. I will sort myself out. But guys, I hope everybody is fantastic. We are back on F1 2020, back in the My Team career mode, back to try and still make this absolutely unbelievably successful rookie season as a official Formula One team. We just, guys, I don't care if I come last in literally every single one of the final, 6 races, because this season can't get any better. So if you haven't watched the previous episodes yet, make sure to go do that, because I'm going to be spoiling a lot, like literally after I say this. So if you don't want any spoilers, go back, go check those episodes, because trust me, you are going to miss out massively if you go check out the previous 4 or 5 episodes. But guys, after our second win of the season in our rookie season in Formula One back in Singapore, we are now heading towards, where are we actually heading? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, we're heading towards Russia for the Russian Grand Prix. Guys, I am on such a momentous run at this stage. I just don't know what to expect. Guys, like I said, I honestly don't care what happens the rest of the season. We are in P5 in the Drivers' Championship. The team, I think, is in P4 in the Constructors' Championship, if I'm not mistaken. This is honestly the best possible rookie season you could have. I've already got 2 wins under my belt. First one in Canada, second one, Canada was horrendous weather. It was a very rainy race where our car was just set up for the rain, it seems, because I struggled in qualifying, but come the race, I was on it like freaking, I was crushing it, and before I found myself, I was battling Leclerc, and I can't remember who else for the lead of the Grand Prix. It was absolute insanity. And the last time in Singapore, we just, once again, we made a 200 IQ strategy call at the beginning of the race, and we absolutely pulled the pants down of all the top teams because we schooled them. Charles Leclerc gave me a good run for those final few laps of the Grand Prix, but still, our second win, and this season can't get any better. I think that was our 3rd or 4th podium, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd podium, 4th podium. I'll have to go check, guys. I'm not sure, but it has been absolutely fantastic. So if all this news doesn't excite you for season 2, which is coming, which is almost upon us, I don't know what will. So drop it, just do it. Just do it. Drop a like down below on the video. Make sure to go check out the links in the description down below, and make sure to go follow a lot of the things in there. You will be thoroughly entertained, and I'm sure you will enjoy following all of them. Guys, heading towards the performance chart. It's still Mercedes, AMG, Petronas Racing leading the way from BW2 Racing Point in P2. Aston Martin, Red Bull Racing, Honda is in P3 with Scuderia Ferrari in P4. Renault F1 team is in P5 with McLaren F1 in P6. Scuderia AlphaTauri is in P7 with ourselves. It's Turbo Boosted Racing in P8. P9 it is Alfa Romeo Racing. P9 is Haas F1, and P10 is still Williams Racing. Now guys, heading towards this episode, we are in Russia. It's not one of my favorite tracks. I loved this track at the beginning, but I don't like it anymore, really. So we were just going to try and survive this weekend, basically. And once again, as you guys could see there in the cutscene, by some or other magical way, our career mode helmet has come through into the My Team career mode. But I can assure you guys, that will be fixed. This
will receive you at the end of this lap.
This spooky ghost story will be fixed by the time we head towards the Grand Prix. I honestly just forgot to swap the helmet, guys. It's my mistake. It's an easy one to make, so I do apologize for that. But for the race, I can guarantee you we will have the My Team helmet on. You guys see, at the end of Q1, we have already done 2 runs. We are in P16. And it's looking, P16, P13, but I still don't think we are safe for Q2. So I've got to go out for one more run, scratch one more set of tires.
Standing by.
Is that all you're going to say, Jeff? Really? In any case, guys, so we're going to not scratch, but scrub one more set of tires. And let's go on board here for a beautiful lap around the Sochi Autodrom in Russia. Guys, this is a fantastic racetrack. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic to drive. But it just really doesn't lend itself to good racing. Yes, there's a big main straight and a big back straight. Overtaking here is not the hardest thing in the world. But this track, I don't know, it just... I don't like it anymore. When it came to the F1 calendar initially, it was fantastic to drive. It was a blast. But in recent years, this track has been so watered down. I just honestly wanted to vanish off the calendar. I won't miss this track. I'd rather have a track like Nürburgring, Hockenheim, the track we saw this year, Istanbul Park in Turkey, because I mean, we get through to Q2, by the way. We go P13 again. Unfortunately, Jack was out by 1 position. No, man. Oh, guys, Jack was so nearly into his first ever Q2 session. How close was that? Well done to Mr. Aitken. Yeah, see, here at Q2, I just had a little bit of fun. It's the most fun thing to do as a burnout like that in an F1 car. It's just so easy to warm up the tires. That was honestly to do some rear tire heating before I did my run, guys. But that was just a lot of fun. I had to show that. Here we go. Our first sort of flying lap in Q2. Not the quickest one in the world, I'm not going to lie. We actually are... Oh, no, this is actually the start of our final lap. Sorry. Yeah, I'm a little bit, my brain is not working. Our first lap was quite horrendous. The second lap, guys, I knew that I wasn't going to make Q3. The car is not yet there, not even nearly. Maybe if we start season 2 and we can fit a few upgrades to the car at the end of the season and there isn't a regulation change, we might have a Q3 machine, but I still don't believe we will have a race winner yet. You guys can see heading through into almost into Sector 3. We're still in Sector 2. We head down this next spot. Actually, we are in Sector 3 already. We are 6/10 up on our time as we head towards the final 2 corners. I've been talking so much about other crap that I forgot to talk about my qualifying, actually. We come around the final corner and we are going to find ourselves in I knew it. What's it? P16? P15? Make it P15, please? P15? P15? Yes! P15! P15! Wonderful! Wonderful. Okay, we're on P15, so we will start the race in P15. Not a bad way. Not a bad way at all. But yeah, guys, we'll just see what we can do in this race because, like I said, the season has gone fantastically. I honestly don't care what happens. But like always, I'm still going to drive my heart out.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. Built on the shores of the Black Sea, the Sochi Autodrom is a 3.6-mile tour around some of the venues built for the 2014 Winter Olympic Games. Close barriers may make overtakes more challenging, but with 56% of the lap taken absolutely flat out, we certainly won't be wanting for pure speed. A fitting arena then to do battle at the pinnacle of motorsport. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Parker. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Lance Stroll and Vettel, Ocon, Norris, Kvyat and Sergio Perez. Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Gasly, Parker and Magnussen, Aitken, Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen.
Guys, that was the grid preview. Sorry to snip it a bit short. Once again, the recording on the PlayStation was not the best thing in the world. But guys, we're going to go for the alternate strategy, mediums to softs, and we'll just see how it goes. We're going to push with everything we've got. And yeah, I'm just going to try and enjoy the final part of the season as much as possible. So with that being said, jam with me on the formation lap. Thank you. Ready for the Russian Grand Prix here at the Sochi Autodrom. We head to 5 red lights and it's go for the Russian Grand Prix. Mercedes front row lock up with Carlos Sainz at P3 and the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc in P4. Here we go, Hamilton gets the launch over the line, but it's a massive slipstream train until we get to the first corner. Here comes Bottas, maybe we've got Sainz as well. You can see I'm on the inside there. With the Kevin Magnussen there who goes for a dive. Hamilton defends from Bottas, then we've got Sainz in P3 still. Then you've got the racing point of, I think that's Stroll in P4, and Leclerc is down to P5. Fantastic start here for everybody keeping it clean, nice and clean here at the Russian Grand Prix. Fantastic start. We're going to jump back to my POV in just a second, guys. But Hamilton leads the way from Bottas in P2 and Sainz in P3. Here we go, back to our start. You guys, obviously, I'm the only guy who's going for the contrast strategy of mediums to softs. Most of these guys are going to do softs to mediums. Some of them might do softs to hard, but the way to go is softs to mediums. So I'm just going to try and swap around. You guys see it for into the first corner. I go for the dive. But Magnussen just says yeet all the way. He nearly takes out Lando there. And as we head through probably the base corner of this track, the flat out left-handed turn, what's this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4. We go right around the outside of K-Mag. He makes a little bit of contact with me mid-corner, but it's just a little tiny send towards the outside, but I get the move done. And now we're going to try and latch onto Lando Norris. Now guys, the wear levels here around Sochi is really low. So the soft tires were going to have the pace on me for the first 10 laps. But I was trying to see if I can maybe just, stick with these guys as much as possible until we got to the part where I would be able to come into the pit lane and strap on my set of softs, where these are guys already going to be on worn mediums, or slightly worn mediums. So I was just trying to play the smart game here. And guys, like I said, if I don't get a single point for the rest of the season, I honestly won't mind. Because it has just been an absolutely fantastic season. And I couldn't have asked for more in my rookie season, well, for my team's rookie season in Formula One. This is a demanding sport, and yet we've got the skills to pay the bills. And honestly, there's a bright future for its turbo boosted racing. Here you guys can see Hamilton rounds the final corner to start lap 2. He is still the leading man, but it still gets a long race, and I think Valtteri smells some blood in the Mercedes garage when it comes to Lewis Hamilton. Here you guys can see it's literally lap 2 because DRS has not yet been enabled. But here comes Sergio Perez on the dive on Mr. Dive Bomb Central Kevin Magnussen right around the outside. And Magnussen tries to keep hold of it, but that horse is just, it's not a racing point. Sorry, end of story, it's not a racing point. The racing point is the second best car on the grid at this stage. So, yeah, Perez is going to have to work if he wants to get something done there. Here you guys can see now, basically at the end of that lap, here comes Danny Kvyat, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is Danny Kvyat. He has a little bit of a lock up heading into the first corner, which makes Magnussen's life a little bit easier. But here you guys can see the nerve of the Ferrari engine compared to the other worst engine, the Honda engine. Kvyat just goes right around the outside, and there is nothing that Kevin Magnussen can do about it. And shortly after, here comes the second AlphaTauri of Mr. Gasly. Here we go, Gasly to the inside. You've also got the Red Bull there of Albon, if I'm not mistaken, or is it Verstappen? No, that is actually Verstappen, who once again is having an absolute atrocious race. But it seems that Red Bull's reliability is just still absolute ass. Sorry, there's no other way to say it. The Red Bull's reliability is absolute ass. In any case, here we go. This is now Bottas. Like I said, guys, I knew Bottas was smelling blood. And we all know how good Bottas is around Sochi. Not just in real life, but in the game as well. Here goes Valtteri. DRS open. He pulls to the inside. Hamilton tries to defend, but he's a little bit late with his defending there. And Bottas is up the inside. Hamilton is going to try and keep his nose in there. Sorry, my tongue is not working with me today. But Bottas gets the move done, and he is the new leader of the Russian Grand Prix. Here we go on board with Max Verstappen, and poor Kevin Magnussen, guys, even with his fantastic start, he is dropping like a stone. That Haas really just is a very, very bad car. It's an absolute donkey to drive. But there goes Max up another position, and here you guys can see even my teammate, Jack Aitken, is trying to make a move now here on K-Mag. Let's show you guys how far our car has come. Like even Aitken, who's a much worse AI than Kevin Magnussen, even he is going for the move up the inside. There goes Aitken, and he is now up into, I think that's what, that might be P15. He's still far away from the points, but you guys know anything and everything can happen in Formula 1. And just like Kvyat, he goes right around the outside of turn 4, that flat out corner. Well done, Aitken. That was a smooth move. Smooth operator. Hashtag Carlos Sainz, you're amazing. Now you guys can see I'm under pressure from Perez, the two AlphaTauris, and Verstappen. Now guys, I'm going to be honest. I didn't fight this too hard because these guys, even though it was almost lap 10, we are on lap 7. I knew that later on in the race I would be stronger than these guys, and for now, just to play the safe game and not lose too much time for myself and for them, just let them go past. Just let them go past. Try and stick in their slipstream, try and steal DRS where I can. Save some fuel, save some battery, and when I go onto the softs, I'm going to push like an absolute madman, and I will most probably catch up to these guys again. But one thing that I can tell you guys is Sergio Perez was on a damn mission. After he got past me, he absolutely yeeted that racing point. He was gone. So I don't know what breakfast Sergio Perez ate, but clearly he was having some good stuff. Yes, yeah, also I let Max pass, and from here on, from this point on, I would defend, because from the here on I was a car that was quicker than the cars behind me. So if they caught me, which then means I wouldn't be quicker, okay, I'm busy being stupid. But the point is, if they caught up to the back of me, I would defend. Now here you guys can see the P2 man, Lewis Hamilton, who is actually under pressure from Carlos Sainz in the McLaren. It's coming into the pit lane, off of the softs onto the mediums, and Sainz is going to do, I think, exactly the same. Let's quickly see. Carlos over the softs onto the mediums, yep, as well as Sebastian Vettel and Albon will be... Oh no, that's actually Verstappen who's coming in alongside Sebastian Vettel. Vettel gets held up in the pit lane thanks to Verstappen. But guys, literally Verstappen overtook me and came in on the same lap. You know? So on his in lap where he was pushing, he was trying to overtake me. As well as Ricardo. Ricardo is a guy that's coming from behind thanks to receiving a penalty before the Grand Prix, probably a gearbox penalty. So he's also a guy that I need to watch out for. But he was really struggling to get past that little group of my teammates, the Haas's, the Williams, and the Alfa Romeos. So I think Ricardo is not having the best time here in Sochi. You guys can see, here comes the race leader, Valtteri Bottas, who is now onto a set of mediums. Now the question is, will the undercut work for Lewis Hamilton? Also, here comes Stroll, Leclerc, Norris, Ocon, all these other guys are also coming into the pit lane. We will jump on back to Valtteri in just a second, because I honestly think he has done more than enough to keep the lead. I think he was about 2.5 to 3 seconds ahead of Lewis as Lewis came into the pit lane. Here comes Valtteri, and he is miles ahead of Hamilton. There you guys can see, there's actually Aitken, and only there is Lewis and Carlos. And guys, Sainz is on a mission. He's already secured a podium, unless his car fails. But he's already in a very, very, very strong position, and he's trying to chase down Lewis Hamilton for P2. So well freaking done, Carlos Sainz. Vamos, Carlos, vamos! I'm doing too much Carlos Sainz puns this video. But in any case, Sergio Perez, the man on a mission, is now diving into the pit lane along with one of the AlphaTauris. I think that might be Danny Kvyat. I'm not sure. But guys, remember, these are the guys that that I was fighting. So now they're pitting. I knew that I was going to pit roughly around the same time because the soft tires on low fuel, guys, they don't wear at all. Like they're almost indestructible on low fuel around this track. So I waited about 2 laps later. Then I was like, okay, it's time to make the call. We need to push as much as we can at the end of this race. You guys can see that on the outside, Bottas just took back the lead. I had the lead of the Grand Prix, but just because I hadn't pitted yet, there goes Bottas. Now we've got Hamilton, Sainz, and Leclerc coming from behind. But guys, basically, we're looking at that little group where I need to be very careful here. Look at the mini-map. You can see they are running the final corner now is Sainz, is Perez and Ocon. Then you guys can see there's the first of the 2 Alpha Tauris. And okay, yeah.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Thank you, Jeff. First of all, that pit lane exit is damn bumpy. I was like, as I went out of the pit lane. My remote was going crazy with the vibrations in my hand. But you know what? We are sorted. Gasly and Verstappen are right ahead of us. I mean, and now we are going to be an absolute bullet. Now, one problem is, as this race weekend started, if you're a keen-eyed viewer, you guys would have seen at the beginning of the video, we are officially the worst car in a straight line. We've got the weakest engine. So I knew that overtaking here at Sochi was going to be an issue if I got stuck in a DRS train like this. Now, first of all, you guys saw the move on Verstappen. It was absolutely beautiful. Now we're going after Pierre Gasly. And if you guys were also still a keen-eyed viewer, you guys would have seen that Kvyat went onto a set of hard tires. Now here we go, up the inside of Gasly. Beautiful move there. We push him a little bit to the outside. Vettel is napping. We go up the inside of Sebastian Vettel. And we take that position. 3 moves in less than half a lap. Now Vettel is under pressure from Gasly. Will Gasly get the move done? Vettel pinches Gasly to the inside. But that was absolutely stupendous. But guys, back to the story. Kvyat was on the hard tires, so he was going to have absolutely no pace for the rest of this Grand Prix. I do not know why he went on to the hards. That is just really a stupid move. But, oh well, maybe he had no mediums left. Maybe he used up all his mediums in practice. You never know. But guys, Bottas is leading the way from Hamilton P2, who is still under massive pressure from Sainz in P3. Then you've got Charles Leclerc running a solid race for the nerfed Ferrari in P4. Stroll P5, Norris P6, P7 is Sergio freaking Checo Perez. What the hell has that guy eaten? He's in P7, chasing these guys down. Ocon is P8. Then, for P9 and P10, it's between myself and Danny Kvyat. I'm up the inside of the first corner. And we are officially we are officially into the points. So we are now into the points for this Russian Grand Prix. It's P9, 2 points against our name. And now we're going to try and chase after this little group. But I highly doubt we're going to catch Perez and Norris. Because Norris and Perez, guys, especially Perez, they were setting sometimes fastest laps, quicker than Bottas and Hamilton. I do not know what McLaren and Racing Point figured out here in Russia, but clearly what they figured out was working. Now here we go. There goes Norris on Stroll, and as well he opens the door for Stroll's teammate Perez to come for the move. But Stroll, I'm sure, is just a little bit peed off at Sergio now, using the McLaren as basically a slingshot to try and get past him. And now you got to see Perez and Stroll are going side by side for nearly half a lap now, and the longer they go side by side, the more time they're giving myself and Ocon to catch up to them. We'll rewind back now to see the move that I made on Ocon, guys. It wasn't something really spectacular. You guys can see here, we come to over the start-finish line. Here we go, DRS open, and from here on, guys, even though I'm the weakest engine, overtake and DRS, there was nothing that Ocon can do. You guys can still see I struggled to catch up to him. But into the braking zone, right around the outside. Nothing that Esteban can do about that. And we are now up into P8, chasing after Lance Stroll. Now here you guys can see, as we come towards the near end of the Grand Prix, Norris and Perez have caught up to Leclerc in P4. Norris makes quick work of Charles and takes P4 away from him. And now Perez is going to try and do exactly the same thing. Because here's the situation. Norris was catching Leclerc, but Perez was catching Norris. So the pink car was the quickest. Then the second quickest was the orange McLaren, and the Ferrari was just sitting there going like, can I please get some straight line speed, because these guys are absolutely eating me for breakfast. You guys know what I mean? And then you guys can see around the final corner, now Charles, even with DRS assistance with Norris ahead of him, he's going to be a sitting duck. The Ferrari engine is worth absolutely nothing at this stage of the career mode. Perez goes, into the inside, and while him and Leclerc is battling, I'm sure Norris will be thanking his lucky stars. But Perez makes such quick and easy work of Leclerc that now Norris will be under a lot of pressure. But guys, we start the final lap of the Russian Grand Prix. This Grand Prix has absolutely flown by, and here you guys can see Carlos is still right behind Lewis Hamilton for this race victory, for second place for this race victory. You absolute nincompoop. But guys, can Sainz get something that on the final lap of the Russian Grand Prix? Look at the McLaren straight line speed. I'm sure Carlos saved up absolutely everything that he had. Fuel, battery, maybe even farted a few times to make himself a little bit lighter. But Sainz takes P2 away from Hamilton, and here comes Perez or Norris. McLaren might laugh and cry at the same time because Perez takes away P4 from Lando Norris. We are under pressure from Esteban Ocon as we were trying to chase down Lance Stroll. But guys, I have to be honest, that Racing Point is just an absolute beast of a car now with the recent buff. So, and for me to actually have gotten this close to Stroll is fantastic within itself. But I don't know what happened, but Ocon just switched on his tires these final 3 laps, and I was defending like a madman. But here you can see we're going to jump back towards Sainz but guys, look at the gap that he has bridged to Hamilton in just 1.5 sectors. Well done, Carlos Sainz. Guys, Valtteri Bottas is going to win this Grand Prix, and Carlos Sainz is going to be in P2 for McLaren. Mercedes will take a 1-3 with Hamilton in P3. Then you've got Sergio Perez, who's driven an absolutely brilliant Grand Prix to take P4. Norris will take P5. Leclerc P6. Stroll is going to take P7. It's an Ocon is going for a move on the inside. We had to defend there, but Stroll will take still a very fantastically driven P7, and we are trying to hold on to P8 with every freaking thing we've got. But Ocon is not letting up. That freaking Renault is really biting at my gearbox. But luckily, with 2 corners to go, we are going to stay in P8. And guys, just a solid performance here in Sochi.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
A great race then, and a fantastic win here in Sochi. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, Crofty, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. How do you think this team will be feeling after that result? Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Claire. Guys, just another race where Red Bull have an absolute fart in a can and we bag, 4 points. So guys, Verstappen and Albon didn't score any points at all. I think maybe Verstappen scored 1 at the end of the race, but still, we scored 4, Verstappen scored 1. So we are still extending our gap over both the Red Bull drivers in the Drivers' Championship. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't push as hard as I could in that race, until the soft stint started. But until that happened, I was really just enjoying myself, driving a nice race, keeping pace, doing what I needed to do to score points at the end of the day. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. If you guys, also you guys saw at the beginning of the episode, I just renewed all our sponsors because I feel the car should get a full makeover at the end of the season for next season, when we have the new car reveal. And also, I wanted to show this off. You guys can see that with the recent update for F1 2020, the Codemasters have added so much more customization for the sponsors on the car. There's so many more places you can put them, and I really wanted to show this off. So you guys please enjoy in the background as I customize, as I sponsorize our iiTzTurbo boosted racing machine. And guys, I know you guys are probably going to be like, are you going to hold back the rest of the season? No. I will not be holding back the rest of the season. But what I will be doing is just, I'm gonna play the smart game and not the risky game that I played at the beginning of the season. What is with my words today? They are not working out like I want them to. In any case, guys, listen. I told you guys at the beginning of the season, if you've been following this My Team career mode from the first episode, you guys know I said for the first part of the season we are a new team in Formula 1. We've got nothing to lose. We need to get points. We need to make sure that this car. Points means money, and if we want to be a legitimate team in season 2, and I don't mean fighting for the championship, I mean a solid midfield team, we need to make sure that we bag a few solid points. And guys, little to my knowledge, I didn't even think we were going to get a podium this season. Honest, I didn't think we were even going to get a podium. We have got two race victories in our rookie season. There is no point in us making stupid mistakes for the rest of the season. I'm going to play the smart game, just finish every race if I can, and you know guys, just have fun, because when season 2 starts, guys, I want to have a championship winning car at the end of season 2 so that I can fight for the championship in season 3. Okay, let's put it in more understandable terms. I want a race winning car at the end of season 2. Sorry, my words are not working out. At the end of season 2, and for now, just to get the car to the midfield, it's all I'm hoping for. And first of all, the car looks absolutely spectacular with the new customization. I love it, guys. The livery I've got planned for season 2, you guys are gonna lose your minds. It's gonna look. I'm not on PC, so I can't mod all these fancy sponsors and liveries in, but it's gonna look bloody supreme. Here you guys can see we have had. Let's quickly count. 1, 2. Okay, we've had 3 podiums this season, and 2 of them are race victories. The third one is a P2 back in China. A P2! We have had 3 podiums, and not one of them is even a 3rd place. Both are gold and silver. How the hell have we done that? So that's why I'm telling you guys. Look, I might go and fight Verstappen for P5 in the drivers, but guys, if Verstappen overtakes me, honestly, I don't care. It's our rookie season in Formula 1 as a team. This is honestly the dream rookie season for any Formula 1 team. A dream rookie season in Formula 1 is to to get a podium for at least one race. And in modern day F1, there's 22 races. We're going to have 23 races on next year's calendar. So you guys can imagine how exceptional we have done thus far this season. So you guys can see I'm not going to hold back, but I'm going to play the smart game, not the risky game for the rest of the season. But guys, that has been this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Guys, I'm sure you guys enjoyed this race, especially that last stint of mine on the soft tires. We were really pushing like a madman. But guys, what an absolutely spectacular Grand Prix. Like I said, Sochi is not one of my favorite circuits. The quicker I get this race done, the better, because I honestly just want to vomit sometimes. I don't like this track. I don't like to drive it anymore. It's tedious. But guys, please, even though I don't like the track, I hope you like my video, and I hope you like me, so please drop a like down below on the video. Make sure to check out all the links in the description down below, especially my social media pages. Share this video with your friends. Tag me on social media, and I will give you a shout out on my social media, as well as in a future video here on YouTube. Guys, also, Forza Watch Gaming is up and running. The content is flowing. It's amazing. It's fun. Go check out me and iiTzAssassins' second YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe, ding that bell, and also don't forget to follow that channel's social medias. And finally, guys, if this is your first time feasting your eyes on Turbo Fox races, what are you doing? good. Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding that bell to never miss a future awesome episode here on Turbo Fox Races. I'm sure you guys have seen the recent Need for Speed Heat content. It's popping off. It's amazing. Life is good here on Turbo Fox Races. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see y'all for the next video. Cheers! Woo!